Okay. Turn the camera. Okay.
Yes, okay. I am so excited. Today is Friday, March 10th, and we are here. Millionaire Explains Rags to Riches. I'm Noel Randall, real estate entrepreneur, mentor, speaker, author, mama of five, and so much more. And I am starting this new live stream segment. Okay, this is basically how I'm doing my YouTube channel. I'm streaming here on YouTube, I'm streaming here on Facebook, I'm streaming here on Twitter, and this is live. And we're going to be doing something completely different with the content now. As you guys know, I have been on YouTube now for 3 years. I have amassed this large following, and it is amazing that I've been able to teach so many people how to invest in real estate, how to start businesses, how to turn side hustles into $1 million businesses, and just so much more. And it's so fun to now evolve and grow the show and the channel into so much more. So, literally, let me explain how this is going to work. So, like I said, this is an hour-long live stream, and guess what? There's going to be an opportunity for me to interact directly with you. Okay, can you hear me? I see more people joining. Can you guys hear me? All right, are you seeing us on YouTube? I think you might. My team is here in the room. It's so fun. I want to make sure that everybody is streaming and able to see this. Okay, like I said, there's three segments. Okay, sorry, actually four segments. All right, and one of them is completely different. It's called Ask Noel. All right, so many times we get so many questions in the comment section that I can't even answer all of them. Okay, even my team, we've hired so many people that we now have something called Ask Noel. And you can go to asknoel.net and ask me any question absolutely free. And you may even be featured on my live stream, okay, right here on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the different places where we are live streaming this. Additionally, even on my podcast, which is on Spotify and iTunes, okay, Apple iTunes. So we just have so much following and this big platform that I want to make sure that I'm bringing you guys in and making sure that I'm answering all of your questions because I would love to interact. I've met so many of you guys at the malls, at the airports, all of these different places, and you guys have been so cool. I've met so many positive people, so many great subscribers. Noelle, I've been watching your channel for X amount of years, and I am so happy to just give back. So I am so excited for the Ask Noelle segment. If you have any question, it does not have to be about real estate or business, go to asknoel.net. Okay, we're going to be doing that segment. I'm actually going to even be bringing it on. I've actually already, anybody that's on my email list, we already blasted asknoel.net out to them, and we've got hundreds of questions. So I'm going to answer like 5 or 6 today from someone, and I'm actually going to bring that person on. So that's exciting, and that is coming up. Okay, another amazing thing that we're going to be doing, of course, is Millionaire Explains. This is obviously Noel Randall coaching, where I've been coaching and helping you guys get to that next level, but we're going to be taking it even further. I'm going to be explaining it and breaking it down how I did these things. And again, really just pulling back the curtains and answering every single burning question that you have in the coaching, like how do I do it, Noel? That is going to be an amazing segment. Millionaire Explains. Okay, then the third segment, of course, is breaking news, like what's going on in the market, what's going on in the economy, what is going on in this world, but more importantly, how can you benefit from it? I know I tell you guys not to watch the news, and so I stand by that. You do not need to watch the news. It's usually just full of negativity, and you are going to just bring yourself down, low frequency, just listening to all of that negative information of what's going on in the world. But haha, I am going to keep you on point. I am going to have you here. I'm going to tell you about the biggest news story of the week, and again, how it can benefit you. And again, we're not going to care about who got shot or who was raped and all of these very negative things. That's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the market news that matters to me and you, okay? Because we live a happy life. And then last but not least, there's a segment called Own Your Beauty, where we're just talking about mindset, health, wellness, and how to be an entirely well person. So many people ask, Noel, how are you such a happy millionaire? How are things going so well for you every single day? Well, of course, everything does not go well for me every single day. You guys know life is not sunshine and strawberries, but at the same time, You know, we can come up with some great ways so that we're always positive. That is what I do with myself. I have these great routines and habits, and I'm going to be sharing all of that with you and telling you on how to be a happy millionaire. Don't just have the money, have the happiness and wellness too. All right, so there we go. So first and foremost, make sure that you like this video. I am trying to get to 1 million subscribers. I need you right now before I get into the Ask Noel, where I'm bringing in a person, a live person, okay, that I've never even spoke to before. This is a little risky. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. I need to get to 1 million subscribers. This really helps me so much when you subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and it shares and shows this video to more people, okay? This is so important that we are helping each other, okay? This is about growing, becoming wealthy together, all right? So make sure you subscribe to this channel and make sure you share this video with other people, okay? All right, so let's get into this next segment, Ask Noel.
Noel, she can fix that. Don't worry, she can fix that. Yeah. Gotta get it together.
Okay. Who do I have on the line? Who's joining? Guys.
It's going in.
Okay. The person is joining right now. Like I said, this is a real live stream. So, apologize for the little delays, little technical, but we are here. Like I said, this is live. I'm literally here in my studio. Okay, so who's in? Who's in? Who am I talking with?
Hi, my name is Amira, calling from Florida. It's so nice to meet you. Oh my gosh.
So nice to meet you as well.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to ask. I've been a fan for such a long time. I think I watched probably all your videos, and I just want to tell you real quick how much I appreciate what you do and for sharing all that knowledge with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys too.
My first question actually was, throughout your journey, what do you feel like, what skills have been most beneficial to you in your business, real estate, or even just in general?
Oh wow, great. That's a great question. There are so many different skills. Obviously, you guys know I've shared my business. Let me put this down for a second. I have shared with you, Amira, my real story, how I started from my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, just the worst situation ever. And so from that situation, that was really when I started to reinvent myself, redefine myself. I realized at that time, as I was starting to go to different events and learn from different people, I started to realize how negative I was, how skeptical I was, how cynical I was about being successful. Although I said I wanted to be successful and be a millionaire, all these things, when it really came down to it, I was always like, that's probably not going to work, and that person doesn't have any money. Can you agree with me, Amira? Are you with me? Do you kind of understand like where I was? Do you kind of have that same thing going on too?
Yeah.
It's
hard. That's why I feel like
it's just not good. It is not the best for us. So quite frankly, it was there when I was at my lowest point that I got a coach, and he started talking to me not just about how to get deals, but how to change my mindset. Like, what were some of the habits? One of the biggest habits, I needed to read. Okay, I needed to read books. Yeah, YouTube is great and watching videos, but you have to be a reader. So one of the habits of starting to read books, and every single night, even if it was just 1 or 2 pages, but reading every single day, being positive in the morning when I wake up, listening to positive motivational things each morning. You know what I mean? And you literally can go into YouTube, and this is a big secret, Amira. You can go into YouTube right now and just put in morning motivation, and there's going to be like 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, and you should listen to something positive every single morning. That's what my coach told me. Like, you have to start listening to positive things, and you can do it, and you can get over it, and be resilient. Just somebody just kind of coaching you in the morning. And again, absolutely free. But again, not waking up in the morning, pulling out my cell phone and doing that type of stuff. I had to start clearing my mind and creating like the space for success. So waking up in the morning and listening to something positive, journaling. And again, I know you're like, I said about real estate, but it's not about the deal. Seriously, anybody can get deals. Anybody can do scripts, but can anyone be positive when things are going wrong? You know what I'm saying? Can anybody fight against depression and some of those ideations that we have that are so negative? Well, you have to start working on your mindset and reading, journaling, listening to positive things. No more news. Get rid of the news, get rid of the negative friends. Like, those type of habits are really why I became successful. You know, it's like those habits came first and the money didn't come, but then the money started coming as the stronger I got with my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
makes so much sense. Thank you so much for that.
No
It
problem.
actually brings me to my next question because I just wanted to know, since you were talking about the mindset, since you are a mentor to so many people
Yeah.
and a coach, where do you feel like when and why did you decide to, share all that knowledge with people, even for free on all these platforms?
Oh my gosh, that was a process. Obviously, Noel was not just like big bag entrepreneur crawling around, you know, as a baby. Like, let me tell people what to do. Oh, absolutely not. Even when I got a coach, I never thought, oh man, I'm going to be coaching other people one day. No, I was like, I'm just going to learn this, make some money, and I ain't going to tell nobody. I really did think that. Okay. So it was really like an evolution of how I got into the coaching. So let me quickly explain that. So, like I said, I first hired a coach. He taught me wholesaling. I was making money, you know, got back into my job and still was just doing that on the side, but living very comfortably. You get what I'm saying? So then people would ask me questions, you know, people at the job, what are you doing? What's going on with this? And you end up just talking and telling people that. And then that's when it evolved to just small events. You know, I used to be at like the back of an Olive Garden, literally in the back of an Olive Garden, just running a few classes, teaching people about how to fix and flip houses, you know, telling them stop watching television and let's do it for real. Let's partner. You get what I'm saying? And so that became the evolution. And so once I started kind of showing people my properties, kind of teaching on a little level, 10 and 20 people, it just evolved naturally. Like, okay, people are like, you should just make the videos and put them on YouTube. And that took me 2 years before I ever said, yeah, I'm really going to make a video and put it on YouTube. But once I did, it was like, so many people were positive. You get what I'm saying? I think that's how it grew so much is because of you. People like you saying, okay, you're inspiration. This is motivational to me. I like this. Give me more. And so that kind of just like fed my soul and I was able to do it even more.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, well, I can probably speak for so many. Like, thank you so much for like sharing all that. Um,
Appreciate that.
my other question was, it was actually a little bit more technical because I wish in the future to get into like the Airbnb business and all that. Do you feel like you have like, what are like the most important factors to look for when you search for your first property? Like, where should my focus go to not like maybe pick the wrong location or the wrong property?
I love that. I love that. I wish I could just answer this question in like 5 minutes, but I seriously could not. And in fact, this is why I do the classes. You get what I'm saying? Because we're all in different areas of the United States. There is no cutter answer that I can give you. Like, you should be investing in Orlando, Florida, because that's where I am. Because that's just not true. There are so many places across the United States. Pretty much every single state in the United States has like 5 or 6 great areas to invest in. And even outside of the country, you know, people are asking me about Central America, the Caribbean, you know what I mean, Colombia and things like that. And there's some really great areas to invest in there. So this is why I do the classes, you know what I mean? So I'm actually having a 2-day class, April 1st and April 2nd. You can go to noelschallenge.com. That's where I'll be teaching all about real estate investing and business credit, because to me, it's the combination of the two. That really gets you to that next level. So when we're talking about where should I be for my first real estate property? Obviously, we're all at different places. You get what I'm saying? So say you have a job and you've been at your job for 2 years and you have income and your credit is decent. You know, you're not in a 800 credit score, but you have a decent credit score and maybe you've never bought a home. Okay. Obviously, that's step one. You need to get a traditional mortgage with just 3% down or 100% financing, because we have tons of that. That's another thing that I go over, you know, during the Grow Your Wealth Challenge, the you know, noelschallenge.com. We like literally give you places and lenders that are lending to buy your first home. And in many cases, your first home is your first rental property. Okay. But then there's other people that are in a situation where maybe you do have a home and you're like, well, I want a rental property. Maybe you're going to turn the home that you're living in into a rental property and go live in the next house, or you're going to stay in the house you're living in and then go get a rental property and partner with Noel or partner with, you know, someone that's really doing real estate. So there are just so many options. And that is why I love real estate and I love business, because it really works for anyone. You know what I mean? When I was bankrupt, broke in my parents' basement, I didn't even have a job. I was able to do deals and get money. Then when I grew and I had a job, for example, I was able to do some fix and flips and get 65 and 70 and $80,000 off one deal. You get what I'm saying? So that may be the thing that you could do. You may be already at that point where you could just start fixing and flipping. You just need to know, like, which zip code should I be in? You know what I mean? And then, or it could be a situation where maybe your parents or someone that your partner, there's just so many different options. So I love the question, don't get me wrong, but I would have to know a little bit more about you, and then even just talk through the area. So I really invite people just for $47. Literally for $47, you can come to noelschallenge.com, and it's the Grow Your Wealth Challenge, where I'm teaching you for 2 full days, 4 hours, 3 hours. There's even a VIP, if you do VIP or platinum, where we're on the phone on a Zoom call and we can have a real conversation. So about, like, private, not with the whole world watching. You get what I'm saying? So that's really what it's going to take for you to get to that next level. If you're serious about investing in real estate or serious about starting a business, you got to be serious about coming to class. Okay. I love you guys. I love this social media thing, but at the same time, if you're serious and you're going to buy a house, we got to get off social media and get on to where me and you are having a conversation so you can really do something.
I agree. I'll definitely check out the challenge. So thank you so much for sharing that.
I cannot wait. Yeah, it's exciting. I would love to see you there.
And I have one last question that was more like a personal question on my end, and I think it ties into the beginning, more like the mindset. So as a businesswoman, just because I have the opportunity to ask you, how would you approach a conversation when it comes to promotion in your job? So again, it's like, you're still in your job, but you want to grow and you want that mindset, you want to learn, but also in reality, how do you approach that in a professional way? If you feel like you want to talk to your managers about being promoted, do you have any tips?
Absolutely. So one of the reasons why, it's funny, I call myself a chicken because I stayed in corporate America for so long before becoming an entrepreneur. But one of the reasons why I stayed is because I was good. I was a good employee. And so one of the things that I tell people is you have to start boasting yourself. Whether you are an employee or you're an entrepreneur, you need to be able to promote yourself. I did not become a vice president at Chase Bank by not promoting myself, by not applying for higher positions, by not being a really good employee. So to me, honestly, the first step in being a good entrepreneur is being a good employee. So if you're talking about getting promoted at your job, you already know what you want. You should start stating that and being it and going forward. Send your manager an email and ask them, hey, what more could I be doing? Let them know, hey, I'm looking to move up into the company. Hey, do you have any mentorship abilities? But you have to be more bold. I feel like so many people say that they want these promotions and say that they want to climb the corporate ladder. But if you actually watch them at work, you probably haven't said much of anything to anyone, and you really haven't been trying to stand out. And you gotta get rid of the cool. You know what I mean? I think in school they teach us, and I say this, okay? They teach us, like, let's be cool, da, da, da. But here's the truth. Nerds run the world. As much as y'all think that I'm oh, Noel, you're so stylish. I am a fashionable nerd. I literally would be at the job trying to do the best. I would be one of the first people there. I would let I was the teacher's pet. I'm gonna bring my manager an apple. How when you go to school, you bring the teacher an apple and sit on their desk. Do the same thing at your job. Start going for the thing that you want, okay? And it is really not going to end badly. I think most of us think, well, what if they turn me down, or what if they reject me and they don't give me the raise? Well, most likely if you ask for a raise the first time, you probably won't get it. But guess what? You might. And just think about that for a second. What if you did? What if it did work? And then what if they didn't give it to you then, but 3 months later they gave you a raise, which you were not going to get had you not asked? So you got to be bold and start saying, I'm just going to ask. I'm going to start going for it. And if they don't give it to me, I'm going to say, okay, what can I do? What is it that I would need to do? You start asking the bold question and start being people don't like this word, but being a little bit confrontational. You got to be a little bit confrontational, like, oh, so okay, I get it. So what do I need to do? And go there, like, seriously. But it really is that simple.
I love that. And it all ties back to the mindset. So yeah.
Exactly. It all ties back to your mindset and how you see yourself. So I love it, Amira. That was amazing. Thank you. You have some great questions. I'm sure the audience is like, oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for having me and for having that new format where actually we can ask questions and just talk to you. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
so
appreciate it. It was
much.
awesome meeting you. And again, can't love to see you at the event. You just say
Okay,
good luck
sounds
though.
good. Thank you.
Noel, she can fix that. Don't worry, she can fix that. Yeah. Gotta get it together, need to put it together where she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Need to clear up the clutter on us, all out of order.
Okay, all right, we are back. So did you guys like that new segment? I hope so. Like type in the chat. I need you to see, I can see the chats right here. Like I said, this is a live stream. We got technology. I'm in my new studio. I got my team. I can see your comments. Are you liking the Ask Noel segment? Okay, if you do, go to asknoel.net. Remember, Noel is Noelle. So ask Noel, Noelle with net.net, okay? AskNoel.net, all right? .net, .net, all right? So go ahead and ask your questions. So I absolutely love it. I can't wait to talk to more of you. This is exciting for me. Like I said, I know I'm moving on to a bigger platform, and I want to make sure I'm bringing you guys in because this is amazing. So let's keep going. So more secrets that we're going to be talking about. So now we're on to the Noel Randall Coaching Millionaire Explains. Like I said, the title of this episode was how to go from rags to riches. And I know so many of you guys think that that's almost impossible. I do. I know you guys are thinking like, yeah, whatever. It can happen for a few people. It probably not going to happen for me, or you have to be very lucky, or all of these different things that I used to think. And why I say these things to you is because you have to start questioning how you think. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't think that people can be successful, or you think that other people are always faking it, nobody has any money, everybody is fake it to make it. And trust me, I get it. There are a lot of people out here faking it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are not. Literally, I have met so many successful people that I thought, yeah, they a little flashy. Maybe they ain't all good. And they had everything that they said they had. Noel has everything that she tells you she has. If I tell you I have a Lamborghini, I have a Lamborghini. If I tell you I'm buying another property, I am buying another property. And so the thing about it, it starts to become like, how do you really go from rags to riches? Here's the lesson, okay? You got to start kissing frogs, okay? And I'm going to put this down for a second because this is so important. And this is like, let me really get eye to eye with you for a second, because this is something that I don't think that enough people embrace, okay? And you really have to embrace this and get really, really comfortable and good with the fact that you're going to be kissing some frogs, all right? So we all, as little kids, we read all the different fairy tales, and we know about, you kiss frogs and then you find your prince. But at the same time, most of us as adults don't think that that's how it works. We just want to kiss our prince or our princess, and they show up and give us castles and diamonds and take us on, on a world spree or shopping spree or whatever. And let's be honest, the first person that you ever met and you liked, is that the person that you married and spent the most of your life with? For most of us, no, absolutely not. There's a few people that met the person when they were 5 years old and they're 60 years old and they're still with them. But for 99.9% of us, that's not how it worked. We had to shuffle through some boyfriends and girlfriends and relationships, and we had to kiss a few frogs before we found the right one. And that was the same thing for me. Okay, so let me tell you guys, see me now. You're like, oh my gosh, Noel is so awesome. But this was not the first business that I started. Okay, this is not even the second, third, fourth, or fifth business. When you look here, you see me, we're probably like on business number 19 or 119, okay? Because I've been starting businesses since I was a little kid. And when I got into business, I've had hair stores. I was selling extensions, brick and mortar stores, like, stores with a physical location. I've done online things. I've done the real estate agent thing, plus the real estate investor thing. I've been a coach. I've been an employee. I've been a vice president. I've been an underwriter, like someone that just does the work versus someone that is managing the work. So I've done so many different things in my career, right? That lets you know you have to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince. You're not just going to come along and just, oh my gosh, this was the perfect position for me, or this was the perfect career for me, or the first business that I started made $1 million. Like, no, absolutely not. You have to get used to the process of kissing frogs. You have to get used to, okay, I'm going to try this outfit on, but it may not fit. Right? And be okay with that. You're going to try a few businesses, maybe a few side hustles. One of the things that I'm always talking about is real estate. But at the same time, there are so many different things within real estate that you can do. And you can start to test out and try different things and see what fits you. But you got to know that you're not just going to come out the gate and then boom, you're a millionaire. You get what I'm saying? So get used to kissing frogs, because that's how you find your prince. That's lesson number 1. And now we're going to go to the other part. The thing that I see most people doing, it's going to get a little bit controversial, okay? Y'all probably, some of y'all love me. Some of you going to love me more after this, and some of y'all are going to be a little turned off by what I'm about to say, and that's totally okay. You're not going to agree with everything that I say. But the second thing, so you got to get used to kissing more frogs. That's first. Then another one you have to do is stop chasing snakes, okay? And this is a story that my mentor told me when I first got started, and I'm going to see if you relate to this story one way or the other. But just imagine you were walking into the woods, all right? And you went to the woods, you had a plan. And as you walk into the woods and there's all these trees, a snake comes up and bites you on your foot. Now, you have 2 options. You can chase that snake down and exact revenge on it. You know what I mean? That snake bit you, it gave you didn't like it, it hurt, and you can chase that snake down and you can try to pummel it or beat it up or kill it or do whatever you want to do to that snake because it did something to you. That's option number 1. Or you can go get medical treatment, right? And start worrying about yourself. Get the poison out of you and then keep moving. But most of us spend our time chasing the snake. Who did something to me? Who said something to me that I didn't like? Oh, this person did that. And oh, this did happen. And my mom and my dad. And I was raised by such and such. And I grew up in foster care. And my such and such died. And we just waste our time chasing the snake instead of focusing on ourselves. And the key to success, the key from rags to riches, is when you stop chasing snakes. Stop worrying about what people did to you. Forgive them, okay? And I'm telling you this as a multi-millionaire, so you got to love this. If you don't love this, you're not relating to me. That means you're thinking on a low level, and I'm thinking on a very high level. You have to forget about those people that did stuff to you. Whatever it was, if you lost your job, if someone died, if someone harmed you, forget about chasing that snake and start worrying about yourself. Get yourself medical care and move on with what you were doing. Stop trying to get revenge on other people. That is a waste of your time, and that is not self-care, right? So if you focus on yourself and a snake bites you and you go get medical care, you can go continue doing what you were doing. But if you waste your time and you stop going where you were going and start chasing that snake, then what happens to you? What happens to what you were working on and what you were doing and your goals and your dreams, which is or is now you changed your dream. Your dream is to kill the snake. No, that's not your dream. It never was. You walked into the woods with a purpose and a plan, and you were going to do something. And along the way, someone does something to you, right? Can you relate? Because people have stolen from Noel. People have tried to steal my businesses. I've had people that have worked for me that have done things. I have people that, I hired to do things and they didn't do it. I've had contractors run off with my money, stop doing the job. I mean, I could go on and on and on about all of the different snakes that I could go chase. Or do what Noel did and just focus on you. Forgive them. That happened. I'm not chasing that snake. I'm worried about myself. I'm going to get myself the medical care that I need, and I'm going to keep doing what I was doing. Because that snake, another thing too, people have this idea. I'm going to show you. You're not showing anybody anything, okay? So even that thing where people feel motivated by, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to show you I can do it. I love you guys to death, but that's not the answer either. Okay, let me be really honest with you. Wasting your time trying to exact revenge or show someone that you can really do it is a waste of your time. Show yourself. Focus on you. You got to become really, really selfish in order to change your whole life around. Because one of the reasons why you're in rags or you're broke or you're not having the money that you want, you're probably 99% of the time focused too much on other people. Okay. And and I know it sounds so hard. I do. Like, oh, what about my kids? What about my wife? What about my husband? What about this person? What about that? You taking care of you is the absolute best thing you could do for them. I hand to the sky. I cannot tell you. I am a mom of 7. So you already know I've had these battles, right? Where I'm like, no, my kids need me, or no, no. And my husband, and my mom and my dad. And you start using all of these other people as excuses when they really should not even be involved in the decision. Just focus on you, do what's best for you, and I'm telling you, you will be able to take care of that. So that is the lesson, Millionaire Explains. And again, if you want more, you want to learn about real estate, you want to meet me in person, like I said, we have Noel's Challenge, the Grow Your Wealth Challenge, which is 2 days, April 1st and April 2nd. That is an absolutely virtual event. You can get tickets for as low as $47. I'm teaching for 2 full days. We have prizes, giveaways, scholarships. You'll get a book, a download. Like, we give so much during that weekend that on Monday morning, you have to make a decision about what you're going to do. If you want to see me live and in person, I'm having an event right here in Orlando, Florida. You literally can come tour my properties and see them and meet me in person. And you can go to growyourwealthevent.com. Okay, so those are the 2 events, virtual or in person, that you can see me at noelschallenge.com or growyourwealthevent.com. Okay, all right, let's take a break. Let's get to this next segment. I love it. I love it. Okay, I love it. I love it. All right, so make sure you guys get your tickets to the events. I cannot wait to see you there. And for the Noel's Challenge, okay, just for the Grow Your Wealth Challenge, 2 days, April 1st and April 2nd. All right, we have limited seats and they are almost sold out. So get your tickets today, okay? To get your tickets today. We have hundreds and hundreds of people right now on this live, so it's not going to last very long. And of course, for the live event, you better really get your tickets because those sell out really quickly and we cannot have as many people at the live event because we only have a certain amount of space in the room. And obviously, you got to book your hotel, your flight, your car, however you're getting here. All right, so let's get to the news section, okay? So we have breaking news. Breaking news. Like I said, I will scour the news and I do get some alerts in my phone. The only type of alerts that I get in my phone though are about the market, the real estate market, the economy, things that affect me. I do not watch the news and look at who got shot, who was found guilty of this crime and all of those other things because quite frankly, they just mess with my mindset. And you're going to realize that they mess with your mindset too. But in the news, we have some amazing stuff that we got to talk about, okay? Let me get into it because we have our president, okay? Mr. Biden is set. Okay, so here is where we have from the New York Times, all right? And this came out just a couple of days ago. And it says, Biden is set to detail nearly $3 trillion in measures to reduce deficits, okay? So what does that even mean? Biden is set to spend nearly $3 trillion. He has $3 trillion worth of measures, worth of basically ideas and legislation, laws that he's going to pass in order to reduce the deficit. So let's talk about that for a second. So we know what a deficit is. A deficit means I'm not taking enough money in to cover my expenses. So I'm running at a deficit, meaning I'm running at a loss. And so the country, the United States, have been running the deficits for years, okay? Every single year we run deficits. And I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat that is in office. And again, Noel is not here to give you political advice. Only political advice I have for you is stop worrying about politics, okay? Don't even waste your time with that until you get rich, because then you'll start to want, some power. That's really what it's about. So anyway, let's get back to this. So he is saying he's going to come up with $3 trillion worth of measures so he can reduce the deficits because he feels during the Trump administration, with all of the stimulus packages that were given and all of those things, we exploded the deficit. We already had a big deficit. So just say it cost, I'm just going to use round numbers. Say our monthly bills as a country was $1 million and we're spending $2 million. So every single year we have a negative $1 million. Okay. Well, during Trump, instead of spending 2 million, we spent like 20 million. Okay. So we have like 19 million short. And so now Biden is saying in this article that he is coming up with this legislation to reduce that. So guess what he's talking about? All right, let's go to that, because as a rich person, again, I'm not the richest person in the world by any means. Otherwise, obviously, I probably wouldn't be here if I had $200 million, but I got a few million, so I'm still here. But he's talking about raising taxes, okay, on the rich. And essentially, how they define rich in America is very different. So let's kind of talk about that. So it's Mr. Biden's plan, which is detailed, his budget blueprint, okay? He wants to save money on the federal healthcare plans. He, basically wants to raise the taxes. So let's talk about this. So it's to help increase federal revenues and reduce the nation's reliance on borrowed money. Again, he doesn't want to borrow money from other countries, which I don't know why, but okay. He's expected to announce a new tax. Okay, this is a brand new tax that did not exist before. Okay, new tax on American households worth more than $100 million. So at this point, I do not have a net worth over $100 million. So I'm not that concerned about what he's talking about just yet. However, with one of the deals that I have planned, if this all goes through by the end of the year, maybe I might have an issue with what he's saying. So I'm like, okay, $100 million, fine. Tax those guys. They're super rich. I don't even have a problem with that. But let's talk about, he's also going to start taxing the unrealized gains on liquid assets. So say, for example, they have just money, liquid assets. That means just money. He's going to start taxing the money that they just have. And I'm not so sure about that idea. I'm really not. He's also going to tax corporations much higher on the stock buybacks. So kind of explaining that. So obviously a company, to raise lots of money, keep capital coming up for a company. If you are a publicly traded company, you sell shares of your company. That's stock. People can buy stock in your company. Then those people, if you make money and you send them a dividend or distribution, they have to pay a small tax on that, okay? Because it's income. So if you buy a share of my company for $1, it goes up to $2. You made $1. You're gonna have to pay taxes on that dollar. You guys get that? Super simple, okay? You guys get it. Well, under Mr. Biden's new tax proposal, he's gonna tax that. Okay, and that was not really taxed before. That was it's actually, I shouldn't say, it was taxed at a very small rate. Now he's talking about quadrupling. That's literally the word it says. Mr. Biden will also call for quadrupling a tax on stock buyback. So when the company buys their stocks back, because that's one of the things that they do, so they don't have to pay you dividends. Remember, they got their money from you so that they can have working capital, but then they'll buy the stock back from you so that they own the equity in their company. And that is not taxed because, again, I'm just buying shares of my company back. Mr. Biden wants to tax this money. I don't necessarily know why, and I don't actually like that idea, to be honest with you. And again, I say this not from even money-wise or anything like that, but I have a master's degree in economic development from Penn State. So when we talk about economics, there's something we call a multiplier effect. And so if I spend $1 in the economy, for example, it may get spent over and over. So I go to a local store, maybe just a dry cleaner, and I get my clothes dry cleaned and I pay him. Well, guess what? The dry cleaner is going to pay all of his vendors. He's going to pay his employees. He's going to pay the taxes on his building. He's going to pay his rent. You get what I'm saying? There's a multiplier effect from my activity, from paying for that service. And so as companies, as I shouldn't say a company, so as legislators, as a president, I really think Joe Biden should stop focusing on corporations. I know that's what I said. Some of y'all gonna love me, some of y'all gonna hate me. I just don't think that's the best way to focus on how to create more economic activity in the economy. I think there's so many other things that we can do, especially when it comes to housing, okay? There are so many people that want to buy a home and cannot. And after the financial crisis in 2008, 2009, it's gotten even harder for people to buy a home. And that is sad. And that in real estate is such an economic multiplier. When someone buys a piece of real estate, if you just buy a home, do you know how much economic activity you create with the house, not just the mortgage, but you have to get landscaping, you got to get electricity, you start buying furniture for, you buy food, you buy refrigerators, appliances. So the multiplier effect in real estate is one of the biggest of anything in our economy. That is why real estate is such a big part of our economy. In fact, it's probably the #1 part of our economy. The United States economy is real estate. Okay, so instead of focusing on these silly things that sound good to people, like we're going to tax corporations, that sounds good. But that's not really where a lot of money is going to come from, because what he's saying is so silly. Like when the company buys their shares back, and again, it's their shares and their company. We're gonna tax them at quadruple what we tax them now, so that they don't buy the equity back from their shareholders. Silly, when literally he could be making policies to infuse people where they can buy more homes, where there's down payment assistance programs, where he could lower interest rates. He could be giving money to the Fed to lower interest rates. Like there's so much power that he has that, to me, this is silly and not really that effective. But this is what's in the news, and here's how it affects you. It doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't. This is why I don't think that most normal people, okay, people that make less than $100 million per year, should be focused on politics, because so much of it is just a distraction. Okay, all right, that's what I have for right now. Let's get to this next segment. All right. All right, so we are back. All right, time check. How long have we been here, guys? How long have we been here? How many minutes are we at?
About 40 minutes.
Okay. All right, guys. I love it. I love it. So just one more time before we get into our next segment, which is called Own Your Beauty. All right. This segment here that you're going to absolutely love, because I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to own your beauty, and two, how this makes you money. Okay. Because anything that I'm going to be teaching you, just know that there's going to be something in it for you. I feel like the reason why you even listen to another person is because there's something in it for you. So I'm going to make sure whenever I tell you or teach you something, there's something in it for you. So let's talk about owning your beauty for a second. When I said this whole segment really, again, is not necessarily about real estate or business. This is about how we become well people. So one of my mentors, he's not my mentor in real life, but somebody that I listen to on YouTube, his name is Eric. He goes by E.T. the hip hop preacher. Okay, so some of you guys know who I'm talking about, E.T. the hip hop preacher. It's funny because this is a person that I absolutely want to meet one day. I've never met him. I think I will meet him because I know somebody that knows him really closely. So I'm manifesting that. Okay, I'm manifesting E.T. the hip hop preacher, because I just think that he's an amazing person. He's a great motivational speaker. He's probably the #1 motivational speaker in the world right now. Okay, probably him and Tony Robbins. All right. And so if you haven't seen E.T. the hip hop preacher, go ahead, find him. And that's one of the people that you should be listening to in the morning. Okay. When I say that morning motivation, that's one of the people that you should be listening to. So one of the things that I often listen to is Eric the hip hop preacher in the morning, because he's always like, you can do it. You know, beef eat different. He has like some really great sayings like, I'm a beast. And that really fills me up, because I'm like, yeah, I'm a beast. I know how to hunt, you know, and when I'm having my down moments, you need that. Okay. Sometimes we try to go call our moms or call our spouse or things like that. And that's not really the right person. Okay. That is not what they were trained to do. That is not where they are. You don't know what their mindset is. So if you are able to just turn on a piece of motivational content from YouTube, you know exactly what you're going to get. And that could be enough to get you out of those low moments. Because as you start to try to do things, as you say, I am going to become this entrepreneur, or I'm going to quit my job, or I'm going to go after a promotion, or I'm going to better myself in some way. We know that challenges are going to come. You know that every day is not going to be happiness and strawberries and sunshine. Like I said, there's going to be some dark moments, just like day and night. Sometimes it's night. Okay. And you're sad. These things did not work out. The deal didn't close. The loan was denied. The client canceled. The event was canceled. Whatever. Something you wanted to happen didn't happen. So how do you start pulling yourself out of those things? Well, one of them is making sure that you do work on your mindset, and you work on meditation and listening to positive things. So when I'm down, there's two things that I'll go to. Sometimes I go to ET, where he's like, yeah, I'm a beast. Let's do this. You could do it. Stop being a punk. You know, you're just like yelling at me. And then there's other times when I need to hear like that calmness, like I need to hear more like a Neville Goddard or Eckhart Tolle or Abraham Hicks, and meditate. And, you know, something that's more just, you are the center of the world. You create your own, you know, reality, stay in the present moment, you know, that Zen type thing. And trust me when I tell you, you need both. There's time when you need somebody to kick you in the rear and get you going. And then there's times when you just need to be loved and know that you are loved. You're a child of God and everything is working out for you. So kind of know that as you start to go through your journey, you're gonna be pulling from those two sides. You're gonna be pulling from the dark side, like you can do it. Let's show these MFs that we can do it. And then sometimes you're gonna be coming just like from straight up love. Like, I am a child of God. He has this destined for me. I know it. I feel it. I wouldn't have had these thoughts if it wasn't for me. And that's how you get through those things. And as you grow. Don't be afraid to grow. Don't be afraid to grow bigger than a job, or grow bigger than a person, or grow bigger than a location. Noel has moved from so many different places because I feel like I outgrew that place. You know what I mean? I grew. So as you grow. So like when I'm talking about me here on YouTube, when I first started, and you look at my old videos, you guys are going to see it's a crappy camera. I was about to cuss. It's a crappy camera. Okay, it's not good lighting. It's not the best video. And then you fast forward today into year 3. I have a professional makeup artist and hairstylist that does my hair, Glam by Riviera. Okay, she comes in, she does my hair, she dresses me, the clothes. I have a stylist. Okay, Styled by Red Carpet MP. And I'm shouting both of these people out because those are 2 female entrepreneurs that I support their business, and they have helped up level me. So as I grow, I grow. Okay, I don't just stay in the same spot. As I grow, I have to grow. I have to get better. I have to do more. I have to spend more on equipment and lighting and people and hair and invest in my brand. And that's the same thing that I'm always telling you guys to do. And I'm not saying to do this in a selfish way, like come to Noel's challenge because you give me money. No, quite frankly, I'm already rich. I love you guys to death, but I'm already rich. Before you ever showed up on this live stream, I lived in a mansion. I drove Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, whatever you want to call it. I already had money. So if I'm telling you, you should come to the Grow Your Wealth Challenge, or you should come to the Grow Your Wealth event, or you should be meditating, or you should be listening to Eric Thomas. I am telling you this from a place of love. I'm telling you from a place of this is what I did to transform myself, and this is what you should be doing to transform yourself. You got to invest in you. You get that? You got to invest in you. You cannot listen to negativity, even if it's from your own self. You got to start being more positive and realizing that it is meant for you. And with the right mindset, you can achieve all of your goals, all of them. Because when you have the right mindset, as opportunities come, you'll be able to take advantage of them. But if you have the wrong mindset and the opportunity comes, you're not going to take advantage of it. Like I just offered you, and this is the absolute last challenge we are doing in 2023, April 1st and April 2nd. Noel's Challenge. I say go to noelschallenge.com. All right. If you go and you get your tickets, literally, I'm going to give you a free course. Okay. A course that we sell for $1,000, which is called REI, which stands for Real Estate Investor Quick Start, REI Quick Start. I will give you that course absolutely free. So basically for $47, you get 2 full days of training, and you get a course, and you get a workbook, and you get the chance to win. And there's prizes, giveaways, scholarships for $47. That's an opportunity. Okay. But some of you hear opportunity like, yes, I'm getting my ticket. Others hear, she's just trying to get $47 from me. And it's true. Whatever one you think, whichever one you think, it's absolutely true. If you think this is an opportunity, she's going to teach me, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to do something with information, then that's true for you. If you think this chick is just on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, just trying to get $47 from me, then that's true for you. So which one are you? And for me, like I explained in the beginning, when I came from rags to riches, I had to stop thinking that second one. I had to stop thinking, oh, this person's just trying to get $50 from me or $100 from me, and go eat the meat. Spit out the bones, eat the meat. Go get the information that I'm supposed to get, the thing that's for me, the thing that I'm going to do, and forget about all the negativity. That's the key to going from rags to riches. Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. So like I said last time, I'm going to shout out one more time to my beautiful team, Glam by Riviera, who does my hair and my makeup, and then Red Carpet Style by MP, who provides all of my wardrobe, great outfits and things like that. Great women entrepreneurs that'll share your business. If you have any business inquiries for me as well, like I said, you guys, of course, can ask questions at asknoel.com. asknoel.net. But then too, for business inquiries, and it's going to be in the YouTube description box, you can always email us. And again, business inquiries only. I'm married. Don't call me like with no thirst traps and trying to invite me on dates and, and all of that stuff. No, business inquiries only. You can email me at youtube@noelrandall.com. Okay, so we have so many different options. This has been an amazing live stream. I'm so happy that we were able to get this done. Go to noelschallenge.com. Get your tickets right now before they're sold out. If you get your tickets in the next 24 hours, you get a free course valued at over $1,000. Okay, plus we're going to be teaching you about business credit, how to use business credit to start any business, how to get business credit in many cases without a personal guarantee, without using your social security number, how to get the best properties in the best areas for almost no money. Okay, literally. All right, this is Noel Randall. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge for your success. This is Noel. To your success.
Noel, she can fix that. Don't worry, she can fix that. Yeah. Gotta get it together, need to put it together where she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Need to clear up the clutter, all out of